Good afternoon, ladies and gentlemen. Welcome to my YouTube and Shoot Simulcast together. This is Dr. Gaze 101. Today is May 17th, 2021. As of the title states, do we really have a struggle going on right now in today's midst of this political climate that we're going through right now? And sounds like very close-minded to me to say that. Sounds like I've never been through any struggles before in my life, but I have. Lack of money, no girlfriend at most of the time, not all the time, you try to be with other people, you try to talk to them, but, we lose contact after a while. But, in my perspective, the struggle, what is this struggle that we've been experiencing, us as not only for black men specifically, but also for men in general speaking who are fighting a good fight out there, who's working, we're full time, paying off the bills, whether it's for the family or for themselves, whether they're single or they're married or have children or all three, whatever the case will be started, or progressing into those three aspects. The struggle, I think it's kind of iffy right now with the struggle because based on my own experiences, I believe that the struggle is just at a standstill right now. There's nothing too excruciating at this moment in my life, specifically on my own experiences. And we all these programs here in New York City, especially in New York City and New York State as well. All these programs like food stamps and fucking WIC and all that stuff for women and children. It's like, they're trying to make it easy for us, these programs for between the single black man and the single black mom. It's like, I can't explain it, but it's like a way to divide and conquer the family subtly. But at the same time, you have no evidence in that matter because all we're doing is supplying support for both the black man and the black woman to some extent. For black men, we have food stamps, we have cash assistance, all that stuff, whatever the case may be. It's not like being pro-black, right? Because obviously it affects us the most here in most low-income neighborhoods. Now, where I live, it's like not necessarily low income in its own entity as an apartment complex, but we do have judges and lawyers and city workers working for the city in New York City, Manhattan, and they commute to back and forth between train and bus, or vice versa, and they survive. They thrive sometimes. Some of my family members will make way more than possibly whatever my aunt and I could ever make combined together. Because of the hard workmanship, that's what I was told, right? Because it's all about timing, it's all about hard workmanship, yes. If we don't work hard, we're not getting nothing much out of life. But at the same time, if you know how to take advantage of the system, the struggle doesn't seem as what it seems to be at all. And based upon my experience, this fortune cookie, after I have my Chinese food, I usually read my fortune cookie that I requested for part of my order. And this fortune cookie explained to me that the struggle is over. Be calm, be okay. Something like that, paraphrase, because I know that sounds strange. Like, why would you believe a fortune cookie telling you that everything's fine, everything's okay, there's no such thing as a struggle, and there is a struggle, it's not as prevalent as it used to be. Because back 25 years ago, let's face it, crime was everywhere here in New York City, especially here in Jamaica, Queens. This is like, I refuse to even go outside majority of the time because of the cherry bombs and the firecrackers and the beating up of gangs and with each other and stuff like that. Because one time, like I said to you before, guys, whoever's outside of my neighborhood, we had a boy down below the tennis courts being beaten the crap out of to death by other 8-year-olds. It was ridiculous. And it's all those shootings and stuff like that, etc., etc. Yes. And now it's been going down tremendously for the last 15 to 20 years. And thank goodness for that, because of the first black president, and also the crime bill of 1990s with Joe Biden in it, kind of like, created this division among the black family. That's what I was told. So it's kind of like, like, is this really a struggle where it's like, is it really our fault as a struggle while we're going through each and every one of us individually? And if so, how can we fight it, or how can we overcome it? But at the same time, if you put so much effort into fighting the cause for how many years, like myself, you don't have to do as much in the very end, or in recent times, let's just say. And I'm not saying I know it all, I solved it all, and I didn't do it all by myself, especially that. There are people in my group or network that I'm with, we do what we can do for each other, and as far as for others outside the group. Whoever is wanting help, whatever. But, it's like you only can do so much for yourself as an individual because you're lacking the resources yourself. So what is a struggle? What is this? What I'm trying to explain? What is it I'm trying to portray to you guys out there, outside of my neighborhood, outside my community? Excuse me, it's very warm outside right now. So it's kind of like what to do to circumvent or to solve this struggle completely out of our lives. And I don't have that specific answer per se. Sure, you work hard, you go to school, you work your ass off to make how much money a week to pay off the school bills, or if you go to school, take all these loans and get grants and stuff like that, that helps cover everything. That's good, right? Earn your degree within 3 years, which I'm trying to do right now with my accelerated course. Excuse me. So it's like, is a struggle real? Does the struggle need to be reformed into something of a different wording? Is it really the fact that we are going through amazing times right now, whether we see it or not, or believe it or not? Because during COVID-19 here in New York City, even though Mayor de Blasio and Governor Cuomo shut down most of the businesses in this neighborhood, not only in this neighborhood, but also throughout the city, we still have programs that help sustain living, or programs that help sustain food supplies for everyday people like myself and my aunt as well, and the rest of my family, whoever's going through something, as well as my friends and neighbors, But eventually, it's not the case anymore because, in a sense, the struggle has by far been infiltrated, not by the CIA per se, but by state, local governments. We have the barbershop down below the description box down below. I'll post it in a link, where these barbershops now are like they're there. They talk to other black men in the country, or in other parts of other countries throughout the United States. If you want to get your hair cut done over there, to get actual coping help, whatever the situation is. And I'm like, we've been doing that for years before they mentioned all this stuff. So it's kind of like, what are you really trying to do for us black people in these neighborhoods? Or was trying to do for people of any form of low income neighborhood, whether you're Chinese, whether you're Indian, whether you're what's it called, Bangladesh, nothing of any of that sort. What are you trying to do for us exactly? Are you trying to successfully bring us up to our feet and to work hard for our money? Or are you just trying to find ways to put a little show on and just saying that the struggles no longer existed anymore, in layman terms? So that's what I have to say, guys, because that one thing with the barbershop program that I heard of on NBC News, of all places, right? And today it's also a merger of the Time Warner as well as with Discovery as well. So it's kind of weird that all that research I did, not research, but a small amount of research I did for my class, for my school, also pertains towards what I want to talk about for today. So this struggle, this essence of struggling, fighting, surviving, it's not there as it used to be, like it once was back when I was working a full-time job at Bloomingdale's. Now, Bloomingdale's, I was like, damn, I gotta keep working in order to pay these bills and these expenses. I want to buy clothes, I want to buy video games, that type of stuff. So that's what Boaz was trying to do. But then all of a sudden, you work little by little here and there. You work hard here and there. You donate, you contribute to the group or to groups, whenever, and to organizations here and there. And eventually you gain some sort of greatness in a subtle matter. But at the same time, it's not recognizable to almost no one. And not to sound like I'm tooting my own horn, but it's like that's what's going on with us as people who do the things we need to do for ourselves and for others as well. You cannot just say that, oh, I changed the world, which didn't do anything to try to change people's minds or people's persuasions of certain things, certain matters, or their mindset on certain where they live, what they think about, what they talk about. And 30 years ago, when the crime was high here in New York City, especially here in this specific part of this city, like I mentioned, Jamaica, Queens, we tend to see that we're like animals, and it says looking for to get out of the cage or out of the maze or whatever comes first, right? But I don't know. Maybe I'm just bullshitting right now. Maybe I'm just thinking off the top of my head. And just seeing what I'm seeing right now with what's going on with our governors and with our mayors and what they're trying to do for us, whether they take part of it directly or not. It's just that I don't know. I really don't know. All right, guys, just a little food for thought in a sense. Something of that matter. Please thumbs up, subscribe and share. Donate to my Patreon, DrGates101, PayPal. Cash App, they're down below, description box, references as well. And if you're not interested in donating or you cannot donate, no big deal, just share my video. Alright guys, I'll see you later. Bye. And